pull one more vanishing act across North America, transforming day into late evening during an all-out sun-oriented obscure. The Pinnacle exhibition on April 8 will endure as long as 4 minutes, 28 seconds in the way of complete haziness, 2 times the length of the absolute sun-powered obscure that darkened U.S. skies in 2017. This shroud will take an alternate and more populated course, entering over Mexico's Pacific coast, running up through Texas and Oklahoma, and befuddling the Midwest, Mid-Atlantic and New Britain, prior to leaving over eastern Canada into the Atlantic. An expected 44 million individuals live inside the 115 broad, 185 vast, way of entirety extending from Mazatlán, Mexico to Newfoundland. Around 32 million of them are in the U.S., ensuring stuck streets for the high-priority divine sensation. The obscuration will permit numerous to partake in the marvel of the universe without going extremely far, said NASA's overshadowing program chief Kelly Korek. This is what to be aware of April's spectacle and how to get ready. What occurs during the all-out sunlight-based shroud? The moon will arrange impeccably between the Earth and the Sun, abrogating the daylight. It will take under 2.5 hours for the moon's shadow to cut an inclining line from the southwest toward the upper east across North America, momentarily diving networks along the track into dimness. 15 U.S. states will get a slice of the pie, though 2 of them, Tennessee and Michigan, scarcely. Among the urban areas right in the activity, Dallas, Little Stone, Arkansas, Indianapolis, Cleveland, Ohio, Bison, New York, and Montreal, making for the mainland's greatest overshadowing swarm. Try not to worry in the event that you don't have first-column seats. For all intents and purposes, everybody on the landmass can get essentially an incomplete overshadowing. The farther from the way of entirety, the more modest the moon's nibble will be out of the sun. In Seattle and Portland, Oregon, similarly far away as you can get in the mainland U.S., 33% of the sun will be entirety longer. By a grandiose fortunate turn of events, the moon will make the month's nearest way to deal with Earth the day preceding the complete sun-based overshadow. That puts the moon only 223,000 miles, 360,000 kilometers, away on obscure day. The moon will show up marginally greater overhead on account of that closeness, bringing about a particularly significant stretch of sun-impeded haziness. In addition, the Earth and Moon will be 93 million miles, 150 million kilometers, from the Sun that day, the typical distance. At the point when a nearer moon joins together with a more far-off sun, entirety can keep going up to a surprising 7.5 minutes. The last time the world saw over 7 minutes of entirety was in 1973 over Africa. That will not repeat until 2150 over the Pacific. How would I securely watch the shroud? Shades won't cut it. Unique overshadowing glasses are significant for securely noticing the sun as the moon walks across the late morning and evening sky, covering to an ever-increasing extent and afterward less and less of our star. During entirety, when the sun is totally covered, eliminating your glasses and look with your unaided eyes is fine. Yet, previously, then after the fact, confirmed obscure glasses are fundamental to keep away from eye harm. Simply ensure they're not scratched or torn. Cameras, optics and telescopes should be equipped with unique sun-oriented channels for safe survey. Primary concern: never check out at an uncovered sun without legitimate assurance any day of the year. Where are some overshadowing watch gatherings? Towns all over the way of entirety are tossing star parties. Celebrations, races, yoga with draws, drum circles and more will unfurl at historical centers, carnival, parks, arenas, wineries, bottling works and, surprisingly, one of Ohio's most seasoned drive-in cinemas and the Indianapolis Engine Speedway. Other than looking into, you can go to a space prom in Texas Slope Nation, get hitched at obscure-themed services in Tiffin, Ohio, and Russellville, Arkansas, or find some way to improve on moonwalking history at the Armstrong Air and Space Exhibition Hall in Wapakoneta, Ohio, Neil Armstrong's old neighborhood. As the shroud unfurls, NASA will send off little rockets with science instruments into the upper environment from Virginia and pursue entirety's shadow from high-elevation planes. Satellites and the Global Space Station Group will endeavor to catch the show from space. When is the following absolute sun-oriented shroud? Full sunlight-based shrouds happen consistently or a few, frequently in the center of no place like the South Pacific or Antarctic. The following absolute sun-powered overshadow, in 2026, will effortlessness the northern edges of Greenland, Iceland, and Spain. North America won't encounter entirety again until 2033, with Gold Country getting sole dibs. Then that is all there is to it until 2044, when entirety will be restricted to Western Canada, Montana, and North Dakota. There will not be another U.S. obscure, crossing across the nation, until 2045. That one will extend from Northern California the entire way to Cape Canaveral, Florida. Beside Carbondale, Illinois, carefully targeted at both the 2017 and 2024 obscurations, it as a rule requires 400 years to 1,000 years before entirety gets back to a similar spot, as per NASA's COREG.